in the AutoZone studios. AutoZone. Get in the zone.
Fox Sports Radio. Fox, baby. John Madden here.
That gravelly, unclear music has something to do with Bugs Bunny, the reference that Booms made before we went to break.
What's up, Doc?
Boy, I'll tell you, if anybody should live in a hole, it's you. Kiley and Booms, Fox Sports Radio. It is a Tuesday. It's September 10th. And we all know what day that is. It's the day before September 11th. Tomorrow we've got a big show set up for you.
Yeah,
we will properly observe September 11th and give it the dignity and the respect that it deserves here on the Fox Sports Network.
As you would expect us to do.
Yes, we will. And in the meantime, we're talking about Monday Night Football. Let me tell you, though, in the next segment, you're going to want to hear this. Dr. Stephen Smith, the co-founder of the Beth Shalom Holocaust Center in Nottinghamshire, England, on why Umbro, which is a sports clothing and shoe company, named their shoes Zyklon, and why that is offensive to some people. And you'll want to hear it. It's a very interesting story.
Yeah, you don't want to miss that. Monday
Night Football last night, a close game in the third quarter. Tom Brady broke it open, 25 straight passes, jumped to a 27-7 lead over the Steelers. Steelers cannot come back from that because, in spite of the fact that they have a running game and some terrific receivers, they cannot throw the ball when they have to, and that really comes down to Cordell Stewart. John Madden, Al Michaels did the game. Now, I want to make Rudy Markey's column is a television radio column. I've known Rudy for years. Some things he writes I like. Some things he writes I don't like. And today, he was writing a tribute to Madden and Michaels, which is his right, and if he loves them, that's great. But in this column, let me quote from the column. He wrote, quote, "You didn't have to wait long to know that easily understood football was going to be spoken, not obscure references to historical events," end quote. Of course, that's a shot at Dennis Miller. Now, I'm on record from the very beginning as saying I don't believe that Dennis Miller belonged in a Monday Night Football booth, but the people that hired Dennis Miller hired him for that reason. They hired him to do that type of thing. And Dennis is gone. He gave it his best shot. Leave him alone at this point. Leave the guy alone.
That's a cheap shot.
I mean, that's just, I mean, you know, that's the, you know, you hired Dennis, you didn't hire Dennis Miller to do football.
No.
If you're going to write that, write it about the people that hired him. Don't write it about Dennis. I mean, Dennis, all he did was be Dennis, and I didn't like it. A lot of people didn't like it. Clearly the people that hired him didn't like it, and they asked him to leave. You know, he gave his best shot, and he left. Enough. All right? You want to talk about Madden and Michaels? You go, fine. They're great and terrific.
I didn't see Rudy's article. Yeah, I didn't see Rudy writing about the first 4 hideous preseason games where you wanted to hide under a table.
You know, I just feel like there's no, you know, whether you liked it or not, and I don't want to dwell on this, but that's my point. Let's not dwell on it. The guy was hired to do what he does. He showed up and did what he did. I didn't like it. Some people liked it. Clearly Rudy didn't like it. It's not his fault.
But I'll tell you what, when I walked out of the room last night, I didn't feel like I was missing anything with Al and Chubby, even though I thought they did better.
John Madden here.
But I found myself going back to last year, and I wanted to be in the room because I wanted to see what Fouts would say, but most of all, I wanted to hear what Dennis would say, and I wanted to see what would develop, you know, either humor-wise or whatever, with the three-man booth. Last night was blah, 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 and you walk out of the room and you come back and it's blah, 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 blah. The only thing that improved yesterday marketably was their chemistry together, which made it a good broadcast. But you certainly don't feel like you're missing anything when you walk out of the room. John Madden could have been airdropped from Super Bowl whatever it was, 35, 6,
John Madden
7,
here.
8, in New Orleans, right into that chair, and it's the same guy. Same act, same thing, same everything. So, and the
It really
ratings...
isn't the same act, actually, because I did see Pat Summerall with Brian Baldinger, and now I've seen Maddon with Michaels, and truly it's not the same act for either one of them. Pat Summerall's a little different, more lively, says a little more, and I don't think Maddon is doing the same thing. Now, I happen to like John Maddon. I think John Maddon, I don't think he is as great, and the reason is because he's doing the same thing he's always done, and I've seen it enough times where it's not special to me anymore. But from a football standpoint, I like what he says. He has a way of simplifying things, and he has a way of saying things and making points, and I respect his opinion. But that was never in my mind what Monday Night Football was. If it's a straight football game, well, then it's not Monday Night Football. Monday Night Football is an extravaganza. That's not an extravaganza. That's two professionals doing their job.
Yeah, that's exactly how it came off, and I didn't care if I had the sound off or not, really. A lot of times I was just watching the plays develop and what was going on. But still, even with that going on, it's missing a guy and it's missing something, and you can't help but notice that. There's something missing.
Yeah, the star factor.
There's a star factor or a camaraderie thing, or, maybe it's 30 years or whatever it's been of a three-man booth, but something's missing.
Well, I'll tell you about Frank Gifford. For all, not a great announcer, but a star. Frank Gifford is a star. Frank Gifford's face, his hair, his personality, his reputation
Good voice.
Preceded him. Frank Gifford, for all the mistakes he made a huge number of mistakes, on Monday Night Football, that's where we all kind of remember him from. He is a star.
I agree.
Al Michaels not a star. Al Michaels just a great announcer, but he's not a star.
I tell you what, Cordell Stewart's not a star.
No, Cordell, it's almost, you have to avert your eyes from the Steelers these days. You can't look at them. When they go on offense, it's watching a train wreck. It's awful. And Cower, when they take shots at Cower on the sideline,
I want to smash his head with a pipe.
Well, he has that look. It's a semi-angry look, but he should be angry with himself.
That's right.
I mean,
that's exactly right. Don't scowl at me.
If Cordell's thrown interceptions, it's because you put him in there, Bill.
Yeah.
You did it.
He acts like he snuck on the field. And what's going on here?
Yeah, it's horrible. It really is. I mean, it's just hideous. Let's take a couple of calls. Let's go to Nancy. Nancy, you're on with Kiley and Booms, Fox Sports Radio.
Wow.
All right. Hi, Nancy. Yeah.
Hi. The witch on Bugs Bunny was Witch Hazel.
That's it, Witch Hazel. But how about it? Doesn't Maddon look like that with the nose?
Bugs Bunny.
But Mel had a sense of humor about that.
Yeah.
With Cower, I called the Jim Daniels show after I got off work at midnight,
Right.
and his producer said to me, we weren't going to talk about Cower until a caller brought it up. So I'm going to bring this up to you guys.
All right.
When he got in the middle of the field with his red flag, and he just melted down. He lost it.
Yeah. But that's because he's lost it long before that. He has flushed away at least a couple of trips to the Super Bowl, and you can mark this year up as another one as long as that guy continues at quarterback. They have absolutely no shot at the Super Bowl with him. None.
Well, then how come they cannot get rid of Cordell?
Well, we're asking the same question. Everybody everywhere asks the same question. Why is that guy starting?
How many years ago, you guys, did Cower just say, no media, no fans, no nothing, I just want Cordell to practice? Everything is closed. How many years ago did he do that?
Well, he's bent over backwards for this guy, and it's probably not the right choice of words considering Cordell, but, he put himself in this position. Again, probably not the right choice of words. It's a disaster. Now, as a Browns fan, I love it. As a Browns fan, I can't watch it enough. I tape the game to watch it again. I just play the interceptions over and over. I know.
All right, Nancy. Thank you, Nancy. All right, let's go to Steve. Steve, you're on with Kiley and Booms, Fox Sports Radio.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Hello, Steve.
You were speaking about John Maddon for a second. Tell me, which one looks more like a Muppet, John Maddon or Beano Cook?
I think John Maddon is Beano Cook.
John Madden here.
Oh, and Kiley, it's Nottinghamshire, not Nottinghamshire. Back on that last rejoin.
You caught that, huh? Booms missed that.
Artie?
That's
Thank you.
nice. We've really come to
Very
down
nice.
to this level.
Very nice.
And on Cordell, just a couple of points on Cordell. First of all, news bulletin, Mr. Stewart. Terrell Buckley signed with the Patriots, not the Steelers.
Yeah.
Done talking to you.
I'll tell you something. He was putting some passes right on the numbers. Unfortunately, they were wearing dark blue. I mean, it's I don't know what he's doing.
You almost can't talk about it. There's
You really
nothing to
can't?
say. It's the same story over and
Every
over
year.
and over. And you look at that team, and I said it earlier, you look at that team, their wide receivers have matured. They're fine. They're real good wide receivers. They've got Antoine Randall. He's a great draft pick.
How many
He's going to
times
be
did he
terrific.
throw to Plaxico? Once?
Yeah. Their
And that
line is
desperation
fine.
thing.
Their defense.
Hines
in
Ward made
spite
some
of the
great
fact-
catches just because the passes were so far behind him or all over the place.
Yeah,
Horrible.
it's a crime. Let's go to Deacon Mike. Deacon Mike, you're on with Kiley and Boops.
Dad and Boom.
Hello,
How you doing,
Dean.
Hey, last night I started listening to Michaels and the other guy.
Chubby.
Yeah, and
John Madden here.
I'm beginning to think that these TV executives have gotten their education from the Sally Struthers homeschooling course. I mean, they've screwed it up, Monday Night Football. They had Dennis Miller, who wasn't, what we as a football analyst, but guys in my age group and most of the people that watch that can relate to it.
Right.
And I mean, so last night I thought, well, listen to the radio broadcast. They had Marv Albert and Boomer Esiason doing, they kicked out Howard David, who was great.
Yeah,
and I mean,
Howard.
Marv Albert was 10 seconds behind every play on the radio. I mean, it was ridiculous. I mean, it was like he was calling a basketball
It's an
game.
old boys network.
Yeah, he sucked. They suck. I won't listen to Monday Night Football.
Does that mean Marv has jumped Kev to ABC for the basketball?
No, that's Westwood, isn't it?
Yeah,
Isn't that Westwood
CB
one?
No.
CBS
No,
Radio.
Is it CBS Radio has Monday Night Football?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, I think that is Westwood one. All right, let's not confuse it. It's both, I guess. It's CBS and Westwood
And
one.
Westwood one's
Is the
both
same
right.
entity. Howard David was terrific.
Yeah, the best.
The best.
He was great. He was
Loved it.
great, and that's sad that they can't give Marv enough jobs.
I mean, I kept thinking every time there was a delay, Marv dropped his hairpiece or something. I mean, it was ridiculous. It sucked. And
Yeah.
they should take a lesson from the ESPN guys on Sunday night. Those guys are the best.
No question about it. I've said it
Thanks,
a million
Deke.
times.
Okay, bye.
All right,
Yeah,
Deacon
fine.
Mike there. We'll get back to this Monday Night Football. We'll talk about that a little later. But right now, we've got Dr. Stephen Smith coming up after the break, co-founder of the Beth Shalom